Need peace. In this advert video, I Arsene, a content creator from Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, Goma City, I share with you the dire situation currently unfolding in Eastern DRC.
The volunteers, those strangers to these children, have become a familiar presence. With every meal, they offer more than just sustenance. They offer a reminder of kindness, of shared humanity. In the heart of the refugee camp, where the weight of uncertainty hangs heavily in the air, there is a small but significant moment of hope, one that begins around the kitchen. Every day, this kitchen becomes a sanctuary. Here, the volunteers don't just cook meals, they serve more than just food. They serve comfort, connection, and care. These children have witnessed more hardships than most of us could imagine. Yet here in this moment, they find something they haven't lost, the hope for a better tomorrow. For these children, this meal is a reminder that even in the midst of hardship, there are those who still reach out with open hearts. And though they may not have much, what they give is enough. In this refugee camp, life is shaped by necessity. The homes are built quickly, simple tarpaulin tents and shelters, each a temporary answer to an uncertain future. Here, amidst the uncertainty the words are speaking, they tell stories of strength, of people who, even in the most difficult of circumstances, still hold on to the belief that tomorrow can be better. On every corner of this camp, you'll find these silent messages, graffitis that speaks to the spirit of those living here. Each painting, each word is a declaration of resilience. In the midst of uncertainty, there are moments of joy that rise above the struggle, a celebration of the spirits that refuses to be broken. In the refugee camp, the children have a gift to share with the world, the gift of dance. With every step, every beat, they tell a story of resilience, of culture, of hope. In a place where they've lost so much, the dance becomes their language, a way to express what words cannot. Despite everything, they are still children, and they dance to remind us all that life, even in its hardest moment, is worth celebrating. Among them is Solomon, a young man who, like so many others, has spent years in this camp. Today, he has agreed to share his story, his journey, and his hope for the future. He came from Kibumba, a place where he used to have a home, a family, but because of the war, they had to leave everything behind. They walked for days until they reached this camp. He never thought he'd spend so much time here. All they need is a chance to rebuild, to start over. They need security, they need peace, they need work, education, and the tools to build a life again. They need people to understand that they are not just refugees. They are people with hopes, with dreams, who still believe in a better future. For these children, play is more than just a distraction. It's a way to reconnect with their childhood, to feel, if only for a moment, like kids again. And in this camp, the volunteers are more than visitors. They are playmates, partners, and friends.
They need to know that they are loved they have some people who care about them. But what they need the most is peace. They need peace. They want to go back to their home country.
So this is the smallest camp here, and you can see kids are going back to the kitchen, and you can see how the tent looks like. I don't know this what is this? Maybe it's where some men gather for different meetings. I don't know, maybe for drinking some beer, for sharing, something like that. And you can see how the houses look like, you know. It's very pitiful. It's pitiful to see people living life, this kind of life. And as you can see, these houses deserve to be destroyed and rebuilt, but some people live here. Imagine when it's raining. When it's raining, it's a mess, you know. And people are living there with kids, with a family of many people. Imagine for a moment the hardship that these people are going through now. Just take action, support the refugees in Congo.
Majambazi wameingia Congo, wapenda tunyang'anye nchi yetu. Ikiwa ni mapenzi yako Baba, jina lako Baba lipewe sifa. Walilia nchi yetu Congo, walilia Afrika. Mungu Baba, wewe ni Mungu wa huruma, wana wako I'm proud Congolese.
These children have known hunger. They have known what it means to wait too long for something as simple as a meal. But today, they are not just waiting, they are participating. Today, they hold in their hands the promise of nourishment, the chance to be saved and to be seen. To the volunteers, it's more than just food. It's a chance to show care, to nourish not only the body, but also the soul. And for these children, this kitchen is more than a place to eat. It's a place where they are seen, where they are valued. Each plate tells a story of care, of generosity, of human connection. The children hold their plate carefully, some with both hands, as if the food is something sacred. It's not just a meal to them, it's a gift. One they will carry with them as they return to their families, as they gather in their small shelters. Sometimes it's the simplest acts that make the biggest difference. A plate of food, a moment of kindness, a meal shared together. It's in these small moments that we begin to rebuild what has been broken.
I was going around in the streets of Goma, and I've seen many kids looking like homeless. They was going around, they was begging. So I approached some of them and asked them where they come from, and they told me that they come from a refugee camp. So I was inspired by those kids who was begging in the streets, and I was like, I have to visit this refugee camp and see how they are living around, how they are living in this camp. So that's how I got inspired, and I said I can't spend this time living here in the city without visiting the refugees. That's how I decided to come and visit the refugees here in the refugee camps. And
Peace, a word that has often eluded this land, but one that still finds its way onto the walls of this camp. It's not just a word, it's a prayer, a plea, a declaration of what the people here still believe in. Even after the violence, the hardship, the loss, this map, this word tells a different story. It tells a story of hope. This map is more than just a symbol of a country. It's a map of the dreams of those who live here, the people who once walked the roads of Congo, who once had homes and lives beyond these taps, have carved out this vision of peace on the very walls that house them now. For many young people here, the map of Congo on the wall is more than geography. It's a reminder that no matter where they are now, Congo is still their home. The word peace is not just a wish, it's a foundation upon which they will rebuild. In this corner of the world, where so much has been lost, the people here refuse to let go of their dreams for a peaceful Congo. They carry it with them, painted on their walls, written in their heart, shared in their prayers. Peace is not just a word, it's a vision that, even in the darkest times, refuses to fade. And in the hearts of those who have endured so much, it continues to burn brightly like a flame that will never be extinguished. In a camp where the basics of survival are uncertain, where every meal is a precious gift, organizing the children to receive that gift become a challenge in itself. The volunteers know what's at stake, a warm meal for each child. But as the crowd grows larger and the excitement builds, it's not just the food that is in high demand, it's the order, the passions, the hope of getting a fair share. It's a struggle for attention, for recognition, in a place where every day can feel like a battle. The chaos is not born of mischief, it's born of need. These children have learned to fight for the basics, to scrabble for what they can, and in the rush for food, the fight becomes palpable. In a place where survival is uncertain and every day brings a new struggle, some women have found a way to fight back, not with weapons or anger, but with the quiet strength of resilience. They have turned their limited resources into small businesses, selling vegetables, tomatoes and spices, not for profit, but for survival.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.